get this guy a tennis racket.
Welcome in, everyone. It's a baseball podcast. I'm Charles.
And I'm PJ.
And I'm Jacob.
We have another fun-filled episode full of a lot of baseball stuff. You guys ready?
I'm excited.
Hit me with it.
Let's take care of some housekeeping before we get started, guys. You can listen to us in a lot of places where you listen to podcasts. And if there's somewhere you want to listen to us, and you let us know if you want to put us somewhere else. I'm trying to get this podcast so the world can hear it, right?
And you're doing a good job.
Thank you so much. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Pandora. We have a brand new YouTube channel, which I'm pretty new to making a YouTube channel, but that's kind of fun seeing that take off.
Yeah.
You can even email us now. abaseballpodcast@gmail.com. I was surprised it was available.
Well, I mean, we're the only ones who could
I'm
have thought of
just
such a
saying.
good name.
We
Yeah,
are
that's
a
true.
baseball podcast.
We're a baseball
right?
podcast.
And just, any questions, any kind of thing you want to talk about, please let us know. Please. We want to hear from you, the people.
We'd love some feedback. Love to hear questions,
Yeah,
topics,
if you have anything
ideas.
for any of our segments that you want to have some input on.
Have you guys ever just decided, looked at the standings and be like, wow, we're a month in now, guys. Over a month, right?
38, 37 games in.
The standings are kind of crazy.
I'm going to be honest, Charles. This is my first year paying attention to baseball.
Yeah.
I'm essentially a 1-month-old baby right now.
You
I have
are.
no concept of what this life should even be like. I have not a single iota of a clue of
So
what
to
the
him,
standings
this
should
is
be
normal.
Can we
This
talk,
is normal.
Can we talk
to
about
me.
how you picked your teams?
Yeah.
I mean, just for fun. Just for fun.
Well, so I started with, my middle name is Marlon, so I feel a personal obligation to kind of root for a team with my name,
Yeah.
right? And then on the other hand, I like the colors, and that's pretty much it.
Well, I
and
think-
so I chose the Mariners and the Marlins just so I could have some
You
got
did
an
it
AL
smart.
deviation
NL
to
team.
watch,
Yeah.
AL, NL, West, East.
Yeah.
I like how he
Yeah,
chose
yeah.
teams.
I-
Colors.
I like the teal. I like the teal, and I like the navy. It's all great.
Charles' middle name is Braves. That's why he chose.
It is.
Charles,
Charles
Braves.
Braves.
Yep.
Charles Braves.
If they ever
Boston.
change their name from Braves, I'm just gonna be like, what is gonna happen? Should
That
I
would-
change it?
How long is it? It's been the Braves forever.
Well, PJ,
Hasn't it?
we know this.
I
The
mean,
Cleveland.
except for when it was the Boston
Yeah.
Beans.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Bean
Cleveland changed
eaters.
their names.
Sorry, Bean Eaters.
Yeah, there's a difference between being the bean and being the one eating the beans.
I would prefer for them to be the Beans,
You know,
personally.
I was thinking about Cleveland the other day. They used that little G for Guardians with the wings on it.
Yeah.
And then they used a C for Cleveland. It's
Yeah.
not out of the ordinary. But, it's like, I feel like I see that C more often than I see that G with those wings on
Yeah,
it.
that G is definitely like a secondary logo or something.
Yeah.
Bring back the G Wings. Bring it back.
I'm just team name changes is rough. Like, if I were a Athletics fan, are they going to be the Athletics when they go to Vegas? I don't know what's going to happen there.
I feel like Athletics is such a classic baseball name, and Las Vegas is so flashy, showy.
It
I feel
is.
like they got to come up with a new name, just to be completely.
What's the hockey team's name?
the Golden Knights, and then there's the Aces,
It's very Vegas.
It is.
and the WNBA team's the Aces, so that's even more.
I feel like they gotta have a new name, but I don't know if they will.
I don't think they will, because they're not going to alienate all 4 fans that are still going to root for them. So
If you're an Athletics fan, what do you think? Let us know what you think.
You're a little bit of an Athletics fan, Charles.
I've always liked the franchise of the Athletics.
Would you still root for them if they changed their name?
I feel like I would, just because
You like the Big Amish too much, huh?
I like the way I'm not saying they're a perfect organization. They do a lot of dumb things. They traded the Braves, Matt Olson. I was happy about that, but still, it's like, what are you doing? That dude's awesome. But I just kind of always liked them from the way they play the game standpoint.
Yeah.
I'm not big into the money ball as you guys might be, but in that era of time.
Oh, Well, I only like the movie.
Well, the movie, but that's where it was born. You know,
Yeah,
in that,
yeah.
in that little part
They
of
forgot about their Cy Young winning. They never mentioned that Tim Hudson was a Cy
Yeah.
Young winner.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But Jonah Hill knows baseball.
He does. And
Oh.
Jonah Hill was like 3 people put together as one character, which, it's easier for the movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I was just kind of curious what you guys thought about that.
Well, Charles, you talked about we're a month in, and Baseball Reference has down here most likely playoff scenario.
Oh,
So do you want to hear that?
let's hear that.
Lay it on us. Well, come on, PJ.
This doesn't seem
Lay it
right.
on us,
Hold
PJ.
It says buys Milwaukee and LA. That can't be right because the Braves and the Cubs have better records, and
Well, you know what? They may just be a little bit biased in their choices here.
I think they might be.
I think maybe it's just
I
based on
think they
something
might
else. But
be.
all right, so it's got buys Milwaukee and the Dodgers, wild card series Atlanta versus Pittsburgh, and Chicago versus the Padres. So Jacob's Marlins not in there. They don't believe in the Marlins.
Well, you got to have some faith, and
Apparently,
if you're gonna
whatever
be a
whatever
Marlins
they're
fan,
using.
that's what you're riding on is faith.
And
right
then
now.
in the AL, New York and Texas, who's 17 and 20, so it's almost the same record as the Marlins,
Yeah.
but they believe in Texas. And then Cleveland versus Seattle, and Tampa Bay versus the Athletics. So
Interesting.
I can look here and see full playoff odds and see what it tells me, and I think that's what it's going off of. But it doesn't seem some of that. I don't see how you can have the Braves that
What's
low.
this website again?
Baseball Reference.
yeah,
Oh.
sometimes the math doesn't
Oh.
math right.
Yeah, or it's like, well, according to this and this, it should be, but it's like, well, they're just beating everybody.
They're factoring in the wind. And they're
Yeah,
taking into
yeah.
account like the heat
know
that's
this-
going to be that day, and
This sounds like
a
little, some people won't like stuff like this.
there's
but
going to be a seismic feature. And
is there someone from New York or LA making this? I'm just gonna say it.
almost every time there is, but
They're picking Texas. Jacob deGrom used to pitch for New York.
maybe this guy's just from Cooperstown.
If he's from Cooperstown doing this, it'd be awesome.
Well, Charles, speaking of that, I don't know if this is going to be a little rant, but I wanted to talk about, because we have we have a platform to talk about sports. And
Yeah.
That's what this is for.
I feel like sports discussion and sports coverage has plummeted to levels that are just unbearable. Like, I grew up watching SportsCenter probably 4 hours a day. I watched it back to back to back to back, and I'd come home from school and watch it back to so I feel like I've seen so much, and I feel like now it's gotten to such a point because of social media and everything that you can't just Shohei Ohtani is amazing. You can't just you remember a few years ago Stephen A. Smith said, well, Shohei Ohtani can't be the face of baseball. Stephen A. Smith doesn't know anything about baseball. And I'm not
Right.
trying to discredit Stephen A. Smith. I'm just saying he does so much, so many things. He's got 80 shows and all this that there's no way the guy has time to watch any sport, let alone the sport he actually knows about. So now all he can do is watch highlights or whatever, the quickest way for them to get information. So then the only thing that they really know, and this is not just Stephen A. Smith, this is many, many sports pundits and people online and everything, that the only thing they consume is highlights or clips or a 5-second look at this guy's, and it's just so sad that you can't see. And I know I crap on the Dodgers, but that's because I don't like the Dodgers because they beat the Braves.
Right.
And I know, so I take, I'll exaggerate. Oh, the Dodgers, they can't be doing all this, but the Dodgers are amazing. They've won 3 World Series this decade. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And, the Braves are good. The Yankees are good. You can't just be like, that's a good team. It has to be, well, they can't just be better than me. They've got to be cheating or they've got to be
Right.
doing it's just really sad that you can't just say, Matt Olson's awesome. Shohei Ohtani's awesome. It's just SportsCenter used to be, look how cool this guy is.
Yeah.
He hit a home run. They talk about, and,
Yeah.
and it's really sad that nobody can just say, that's a cool thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, as a fan of the Braves, I mean, I feel like media coverage and people that talk sports who are supposedly the experts don't always know what they're talking about.
Right.
And sometimes even the writers for that team don't even know what they're talking about. What are they doing? They're at the games.
I know a person
They're
you're
writing their
talking
article
about.
in the 4th inning. The game ended. They wrote an article. It doesn't make any sense.
Is this targeted at someone, Charles?
I am not targeting anyone specifically. I'm targeting the mechanism.
If you feel you've been targeted by Charles Bostic, please reach out to us at abaseballpodcast@gmail.com.
We watch enough games that we can all come up with some really good stuff.
Well, and I think the thing is too is now because we have so much information that everyone feels like they have to know about everything, and so they're like, oh, I want to have an opinion and talk
Yeah.
about this,
Well,
and it's like I don't watch the NFL. I do fantasy, and so like I know a little bit of like who's playing well, and I might ask a friend like, oh, who do you think's gonna win? And I might say, well, that team's playing good, so they might win.
You have
but
to
I don't
take
try
into
to
account though. That's also these guys' entire careers.
Right. Well, I'm not even just talking about. I'm just talking in
their
general.
egos getting inflated whenever they've been on TV that long.
Right.
If we get back to like Stephen A. Smith and the like,
Yeah, and you're making
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, all this money, and people just listen to you no matter what. They don't really care what you have to say, or they watch it to be like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that,
Yeah.
and they just say stuff to make people mad. So then they'll keep watching the show, or they'll get on Twitter or whatever, and I can't believe Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
It's just sad that it's not. Let's just like Tim Legler. He's an NBA guy. I love Tim Legler because Tim Legler gets up there, and they always have him on at 1:12 in the morning, so nobody ever sees him. But he's on there, and he will look at it and break down the game, X's and O. He doesn't get caught in nuances. He just looks at the game objectively and says, this is what happened. Okay, that's this play, and that guy didn't follow his man.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. It should just be covered. Tim Legler doesn't talk about hockey. Tim
Right.
Legler knows about basketball, and that's what he talks about.
The mechanism or the platforms they have now compared to even 10 years ago. A lot of times they get tied into these talk shows. We're doing a talk show right here. I mean, this
Yep.
podcast like a
Yep.
talk show.
Yep.
And it's not, used to, it was just, here's the game, here's what happened. And it's hard for them to ignore all the large markets. It's not ignore them, but to not cover them so widely.
Right.
And they shouldn't do that. They should cover every team equally.
But when you don't have the time to
Right.
follow,
That's-
it's easy to go on there and be like, well, the Cowboys suck. Look at the Knicks.
Yes.
Look at the Lakers. Look at the Dodgers, because they don't know what else to talk about.
That's exactly right.
And they know that a lot of people are those fans, so they say, well, they'll tune in and watch that. And they have the same conversations about LeBron James and about Shohei Ohtani every day. And it's like, you're just talking to each other, doing the same conversation every day,
Yeah, bring up Garrett Hawkins.
Yeah, nobody. I bet MLB Network doesn't know who Garrett Hawkins
Probably
is.
not.
That's
We
sad.
know him.
That's
They
sad.
should know.
We know him. He viewed our story on Instagram. We know who he is.
Shout out Garrett, please, if you'd like to. We'd love to have you on the show.
I bet he was our listen in Canada, which
Maybe,
wouldn't make a lot of sense since he's on the El Paso
maybe,
Chihuahuas. but
maybe he sent it to his family because we were shouting him out.
You never
surely,
know.
surely,
Yeah.
that's
If you're a member of Garrett Hawkins' family, thanks for listening. Tell Garrett we'd like to have him on the show.
yeah. Shouts out.
I just like that you can consume games, sports, teams, players to the way you want to do it. You're not kind of tied to what these people say, but it is very frustrating whenever they're putting out an opinion out there or something they say is fact when in reality it's not. If I see the power rankings and I see some
Right.
weird rankings, have you guys even watched
Right.
at all?
And it's like, at the end of the day, that's that writer's opinion.
Right.
It's really, and this is coming as a rant, and Charles heard this rant today at work, as I'm a Thunder fan, and I'm sure people probably hear that and just went, if they like basketball. But it's just so, like, the Thunder discussion isn't even logical anymore. It's just purely emotional confirmation bias where I hate the Thunder, so then they watch the Thunder play. See, like, that's exactly what I was looking for. And it's like, okay, you didn't even have, there was never a chance of you wanting, you wanted to see exactly what you wanted to see. And it's just like, oh, the Dodgers are in first place. That's exactly what I wanted to see. The Dodgers are number one in power rankings, which, are the Dodgers the best team? They probably are, even if their record isn't. But it's just like, what's the point of a power ranking?
Right. Power rankings are built for that week. That period of time.
Right.
Dodgers may be the best team, but maybe that week,
Or at this current moment.
right? Maybe the Marlins are the best team.
Right.
Who really
Well,
knows?
Exactly.
I mean, there was a period in time.
2001.
Well, it was
That
for
was
like
the D-backs.
it was for like
2003.
literally 1 or 2 days in the very beginning of the season where we were top of the NL
I
East.
mean,
But
that's the thing with, it's a long season. You hear that a lot in baseball. It's a long season.
162
true.
games.
But you know what? It feels good to get off to such a good start when
Right.
your team's getting off to a good start. It's hard to catch up.
Right. You
Yeah.
know, I feel
It
like
really sucks when like their streak gets ended, though, right?
Yes. Yeah, I know.
I feel like baseball people always say like, oh, it's early, and it is like 40 games is nothing, you know. But
Which
it's
is kind
nice.
of disgusting to say, by the way.
It is, because that's half an NBA season, and that's like almost 3 NFL seasons, you know. But it's nice to get those wins on the board.
Yes, it is. And look, if you don't get off to a good start, you're catching up
Right.
all season. And now you don't play your division opponents as much.
Right.
So when you get behind in your division, you may not see that team again till August, September,
Right.
late July,
And you have to win all of those games.
and you have to win them all, or else you can't catch them, right?
Right. Yeah.
Man, it's a different world out there. I have a feeling that they're gonna add teams to major leagues.
Yeah.
2 teams are coming in the next however many years. They're gonna add teams in markets that don't have teams.
I bet by 2030 that'll be in the works, if not already
Yeah,
heading.
and there's
down the
all
line.
kind of things on the internet. Anyone out there can Google it. There's all kind of speculation of the cities and what they'll do with the divisions and everything. But, I think that's where this is going. That's why they've done this. They've made the schedule like this because they're going to add more teams. That's just what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, you were around for when they added teams the last time, right? So
Yeah, in my lifetime, the Rockies, the Marlins, the Diamondbacks. There's one more. Who is that?
surely you remember what those seasons felt like right before they added
Yeah,
them, right?
I did, but I was a young child then, a young kid. Swinging a baseball bat in the mud during the, getting dirt on my hands and swinging that bat, not trying to throw it at a window.
Fair.
But
Well,
It's been a second then.
Charles,
okay.
speaking of getting some dirt on your hands, I wanted to take a look at something that's happening this weekend.
what you got?
2 teams that maybe are giving us a preview of the NLCS. The Braves and the Dodgers are facing off this weekend. And I know I'm a Braves fan here, but I didn't really think the Braves were going to be amazing this year.
Yeah.
I thought if they were healthy, they'd be better, obviously, but they're really good.
Yeah, the pitching has been awesome.
Yes, and it's not just the Braves at this point, I feel like the 3 of us could get out there and we'd probably do decent. Because, Martin Perez, no offense to him, or Carlos Carrasco, but those guys shouldn't be pitching well in 2026.
Yeah. But,
And then nobody claims them. We keep waving them, and nobody
I
claims
know.
them. And then they come and pitch for us and do good again, and then we go through the same cycle over and over again. And so you think somebody be like, well, we'll take a chance at that guy. He's pitching well for the Braves.
yeah, I saw that not Martin Perez, but Carlos Carrasco actually elected free agency this time. But, you never know what could happen with that.
Yeah, he
might-
could be back next week.
But the pitching, you have to have good pitching and good hit. You have to have all aspects of the
Yes.
game. And the Braves are an example this season of having all aspects. And the back end of the bullpen,
It's very good.
problem last year, not
Yes.
a problem this year.
Well, and they're going to be. I wouldn't say they've had an easy schedule because they just lost to the Mariners, and the Mariners are not bad, But
They're not bad, but
they've got to beat up on the division a
Yeah.
little bit so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they can do here against, the back-to-back reigning champs.
Well, I'll be pacing the floor during that series. You know what? I usually sit down during games. I don't usually pace the floor. But,
I will say, and maybe this is just we haven't played them in a few years, but Cody Bellinger's not on the team anymore.
right.
So I don't get as scared, but Max Muncy is still there. So every time he's up, I just assume he's going to hit a home run against the Braves.
There was a guy on MLB Network who picked Max Muncy as one of the best third basemen in baseball, like performance-wise. I haven't looked at his numbers. I'm like, are they talking about the Dodger Max Muncy or the athletic Max Muncy? I don't even know.
It's crazy that there's 2 guys with the exact same name, and it's Max Muncy.
And they were
think they
born
have
on
the
the
same
same day.
birthday.
They were born on the same day.
That's disturbing.
Isn't that crazy? Not twins though, different years.
Max
born.
Muncy on the Dodgers is having a monster year. to be
Imagine
fair.
if it was kind of like how it's like the academy or something, where if you want to join it, you have to have one name that isn't taken.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. I know I talk a lot. I'm not, Manny Machado, but I don't talk about him a lot on this show. However, I know that PJ. I know you over there. You do not like Max Muncy, the Dodger. It's
I
because
do
of
not.
performance. What is it because of?
Yes, and also he owns the Braves, and
Yeah.
two, he just looks like a guy with a punchable face.
Just a guy you don't like.
Yeah.
You look at him, you're like, oh,
And then he's also hitting home runs. and I'm just like,
gross.
screw you, man.
This guy.
Athletics Max Muncy looks much less punchable.
Yeah, he looks like a nice guy.
We don't condone
I'm
violence.
sure
on this
Max
show.
Muncy is on the Dodgers is a nice guy. I've never seen anything from not to be, but he just has that kind of face, you know?
There is a guy on the Dodgers I don't like, guys.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Oh yeah.
You know who it is, Jacob?
Do I know who it is?
Do you know who it is, PJ?
I
Who
do.
is it?
PJ, why don't you tell Jacob who it is?
Lay it on me.
Dalton Rushing.
Dalton Rushing.
No one likes him.
What is up with that guy?
Well, he's just, he's a teenager attitude.
He just goes out there saying that he played football and this is just how we treat each other when we play football. No, it's not. He's just being like annoyingly punk.
I think the
Oh,
thing
plus
that
they're
really
playing baseball now.
the
so
thing that really
it's not football.
right.
was really, I think what deterred him for everybody is saying the Rockies are cheating because you lost a series. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just downright pathetic. That's like what I'm talking about, where even the players are like, oh, they have to be cheating. They just beat you. It's baseball. You know that. You
And-
know how baseball works.
And you can't be calling people names whenever they steal
No.
a base.
Yeah, and then
You-
and then
you
say,
can't
oh,
say
I like, if you're gonna be that kind of guy, you got to own up to it.
Yeah.
And he feels like a front runner. Where like I was telling Charles, if he was on the Rockies, he wouldn't be talking. I don't think.
If you want
No.
to be a Kenny Powers, you be a Kenny Powers.
Yeah, but you gotta take
You
the,
gotta-
you gotta
you
take
gotta be
you gotta
it.
take it.
you
when-
got to be it and take it.
Yeah.
But all those writers gather around those lockers talking to players, they are going to his locker and talking to him.
Well,
They
yeah.
probably weren't before he said anything like any of these things.
No, definitely not.
But this guy, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, and if he does anything this week against the Braves, and Chris Sale's on the mound, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Chris Sale means business out there.
Bryce Elder doesn't mess around
Bryce
either.
Elder, exactly.
Let's actually
Spencer Strider's pitching one of those games.
let's see. We got Chris Sale versus Emmett Sheehan today,
Wow.
as in Friday.
Right, she is.
Saturday is Spencer Strider versus Roki Sasaki, so that'll be a 10-run loss for the Braves.
Nice.
And then Sunday is Bryce Elder and Justin Robleski. That's definitely not how you say it. Robleski.
Hey, I'm not scared of any of those guys.
They're definitely missing
You could take 'em.
the big scary arms for sure. But the thing is about them is they're like they are so good at just like, hey Jacob, you're going to start today. Who is Jacob? And Jacob comes out 6 innings, scoreless ball. and you're
Swipes them.
Yeah. Guys, I think I'm ready to play one of our games.
like, okay,
Oh. Do we want to do a
Which
pickle?
one do we want to start with?
pickle.
do
We
we
can
want to
start
do
with
a
pickle.
or
Start with the pickle?
I mean, we could do a pickle.
Hey, I like all the games. And you know what? There's some more games in the pipeline we haven't even played yet. They're coming in future episodes.
And we'd like if you guys do write in, tell us your favorite games. Tell us which games, if you have any ideas for games or something. We don't want to play a game that you guys hate listening to.
Yeah.
So.
No. And, I've talked to some of the listeners, they've reached out, and they actually enjoy the games.
Okay.
And
I always wonder if pickle, it seems like just nonsense if you're listening and you're like, well, these guys are just saying age. Just get 27, right? It
Yeah.
probably sounds crazy, but
It sounds like we're calling out football play. It's like
Yeah.
a John Gruden football play.
it does kind of sound like that. But
you
know
got
what?
Andy Pajes, 24, right, Dodger, NL West.
USA Dominican.
Yeah.
Let's start with someone who's been awesome lately, Mickey Moniak.
Mickey Moniak.
It's Mickey Moniak.
He's an outfielder for the Rockies.
Yeah, no, he's been
Mickey
phenomenal.
Moniak. Something about him.
Isn't he following right now? He's got, 11, 12 home runs?
Yeah.
Mickey
he does.
Moniak was the number 1 pick
They're
by
not
the
talking
Phillies.
about him in the contender for that home run race, but I think
And,
He could get on a hotter streak than he's already on.
He's already at 11. That's pretty good. No
That's
one
what I'm
expected
saying.
him to probably hit 11 all year
Right.
because he'd hit he did hit 67 in his career. So, but
If
he
I
was
remember correctly, he had a couple that were multi-homer games.
yeah. He's been I think he hit 1 or 2 against the Braves
He
in a
did.
game,
I don't know what the Phillies were thinking. They could have used that guy.
and I think they gave him a contract before he ever played, and then they just gave up on him. I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
I think that was him. It might have been another Philly prospect.
Oh, it was a different Moniak.
I really
Common
want the
name.
Rockies to be good. I don't know what it is about. They're kind of like the Athletics for me. I kind of don't. They're not like one of my favorites, but it'd be cool if they were good.
I'm gonna be honest, Charles. I don't think about the Rockies.
You know? Well, I mean, I
don't-
just
I
look
don't
at
think
those
about 'em.
teams like that. No,
Like I want to, but I hate the purple.
you hate the purple.
I
I like
agree.
it,
I'm the opposite.
But I kind of hate it.
because I feel like purple is so underused.
It is.
And I feel like maybe it's because the Lakers just took purple and everyone's like, we can't compete with that.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Because I feel like there's not many teams.
The purple and black really work for the Rockies to me. It just makes sense. I don't know. I mean, it's not like the Rocky Mountains are purple, but it just looked cool in their logo.
I thought they were growing up
I
because
think
of
that
the
they're
Rockies.
maybe
Yeah.
it's just their logo that I don't like, but I think it could be better. I think their uniforms could be better.
They're very 90s like in their
Yeah,
uniforms.
Yeah.
And they could use a upgrade, but that costs a lot of money, and they got to win games to make a lot of money.
Well, they gotta sell more beer at the brewery,
Yeah,
man.
dude, more beer at the Sandlot Brewery
Come
right there
on.
in Coortsville.
They got Blue Moon there, so they just need
They
to.
do. I tried to tour the Blue Moon in Denver when I was there. I've been there one time in my life, and I was going to go there, but they were closed that day. Come on.
I saw Manny Machado hit a home run when I went to the Rockies game.
Did you?
Yeah, I think it got about 9 feet off the ground. It was like one of those laser beams where it just instantly,
Yeah.
like straight out. It was
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
all right. Mickey Moniak plays for the Rockies. Team is incorrect. Division is incorrect.
Incorrect, Jacob.
Bats left is correct. Throws right is correct. Country USA is correct. Age 27 is orange. Hold on, I forgot to check position here. Let's see. And we'll say left field is correct.
So you're telling me I got all that stuff correct with one choice?
Yes.
So we are looking for a right-handed left fielder in the AL East or Central
Correct. That's within 2 years of
within
27.
2 years
He
of
bats
27.
left.
Sorry, bats left.
Throws right.
And is
Throws
from
right.
the USA and plays left field. So I feel like it shouldn't take long.
Jacob,
maybe.
I got us more information than ever with our first pick.
Yes, you did.
I love when that happens. It's kind of crazy that
I've already
of
got a
all
guess.
the players to pick just randomly.
Who you got?
Let me try Kerry Carpenter. He's a right fielder, but I want to try him anyway, just to narrow down teams, division a little bit.
And just for reference, I've been going off of what position is listed the most they've played. Even if
Yes.
it's like 10, 11, 9, I'll pick the 11 one.
Right.
Absolutely,
It makes
yeah.
sense.
I might say, in that case, I might just say they're an outfielder. But
Some players play a lot of positions.
Absolutely.
And some play, like Mike Trout's randomly center field again this year. I always, it's just kind of random. Dubon for the Braves, all over the place.
Do you think guys like that get to kind of like pick?
Oh,
at certain
Trout
points,
picked.
like, for sure?
Trout picked.
Trout get
but
to pick?
Mauricio Dubon, he probably just walks in every day, sees his name on the lineup card, and goes, "Okay, I guess I'm playing shortstop today." And then, oh, no, playing center today. Oh, playing right today. Oh, playing first. Like,
Dude.
those are my favorite type of players. Guys that can just like, you know what, you're going out and playing here. Like Charlie
Yeah,
Culberson back in the day.
absolutely.
I love those kind of guys.
For real, that's
And-
that's skill. That is skill.
And people in those off-season deals, the trades, or for signing free agents or whatever, people won't even look at those trades very hard. They're looking at the superstars, the big-time players. But those signings or trades, they make you a good team.
Mauricio Dubon's made a huge difference. on the
Without
Braves
him, I
this
don't
year.
know where we'd be
Yeah,
right now.
I mean, because without him, we'd be playing. Which Mateo has been fine at shortstop,
Yeah.
but I think if he was playing every day, it probably wouldn't.
Right.
And Michael Harris has been out, and Ronald's been out,
Yeah.
and Yastrzemski has struggled. So just having that guy has been pretty huge.
No, absolutely. You got to have those guys. All the good teams have those guys that you can plug in.
The Dodgers are notoriously great at that. Kike Hernandez,
Yes.
Tommy Edman, they just Max Muncy,
Yeah.
Mookie Betts, they just plug guys in and fit them in, and it's like, why is that guy there? And it's, oh, okay, I guess sure.
And then you got teams who don't sign a first baseman and put whoever there, and it doesn't work out. It goes the other way, too.
Yeah. It's like Ron Washington said in Moneyball. It's incredibly hard to play first base.
Shout out to Ron Washington.
Okay, Kerry Carpenter. The team is wrong, Detroit. AL Central is orange, so that's partially correct, I guess is what you would call that. Bats left, throws right, USA is correct. Age 28 is wrong, and right field is wrong. So
Okay.
it's
So
not.
now we got the division being orange.
Which also means, though, since 28's wrong, that we have to go down now. It's probably going to be 25.
Or it
Could
could
be
be
29.
26.
26
no,
would have been orange.
because
Oh,
20.
it's not
28's wrong.
orange.
26
that's
would have been
true.
orange.
That's right.
Look at you, Jacob. See what? I never would have saw that. You put your big thinking cap on that
so
one.
it's got to be a 25-year-old.
Yeah, you didn't trip on that
Well,
one.
you've
Bats
got
left,
it
throws right.
narrowed down. Well,
Left
pretty good already. So
Detroit.
should we do something
AL
else?
East.
Or?
Yeah, do a little searching on that.
Well, he's probably already got
You're
it.
probably gonna get it, Jake.
Yeah.
Jacob. You're probably getting a third choice. That's probably what's gonna happen. Hope you out there listening figured it out before Jacob says it. That'd be kind of cool. And we won't know, but you know what? You can say you did it. You know what I've noticed lately is there's been some players that have come back from injuries a lot lately. Like Zach Wheeler came back.
Mm-hmm.
He threw a quality start against the A's.
He's a beast.
Quality start, for those that don't know, you have to pitch 6 innings, and you have to give up 3 runs or less
Yes.
to get a quality start.
You can throw a complete game and give up 8 runs. That's not a quality start.
Right, and you can get a quality start without getting a win.
Yes.
Or
you
I
could
like
go
that
5 innings, give up none, and strike out 12. That's not a quality. It's a very good start, but it's
Yes.
not a statistic quality start.
So that's a quality start. But Garrett Cole doing a rehab assignment, which that means you're almost trying to get back, not quite ready yet. I know it's a rehab
But
assignment.
they're bringing
He's
you
had a
up through the
few.
minors, and
He's pitching down at single A. Single A. The lowest of the A's, okay? Not a baseball podcast. Single A baseball. He gave up 6 runs on 7 hits in a 4 1/3 inning, throwing just 69 pitches.
I feel like
What's up with him?
I feel like I could be misremembering, but I remember seeing a few years ago when he had a rehab start and he was down in single A or something, and he did the same thing. I think some guys in especially if you're like a Garrett Cole where you're
Yeah.
making a lot of money,
Yeah.
like you're purely about the process.
Yeah, that's possible.
And so, like, sometimes they go out there and they get shelled, and they don't care. Like, obviously, I know they don't want to give up. They probably care
Right.
because they give up 6 runs.
Sure.
But I think sometimes it's like, I'm trying to get back into starting every 5 days, trying to throw 70 live pitches and do all that. So I think sometimes it's just more of like,
Yeah, the process of it.
Right.
It's probably right. Probably treating
but
it more
also
like spring
you
training.
don't want to give up 6 runs.
It just doesn't look good.
No.
And these are the Yankees fans looking at this.
Yeah, Yankees fans are known to be very calm and
Yeah.
not reactionary.
Yeah, they're not like the Dodgers fans or anything.
I'm going to go Chandler Simpson.
I saw it on his
Oh,
lips.
Jacob had that look on his
Yeah,
face.
I saw it on his lips that he was about to say Chandler Simpson, which I picked Chandler Simpson because he's awesome.
Yeah.
Chandler Simpson. I don't know if you've seen any clips of this guy. The guy is faster than. I mean, he makes fast people look not fast. That's a quote from The Longest Yard. Wow. But this guy. I mean, some of the clips I see of this guy running, it's just like Billy Hamilton.
Yeah.
You remember Billy? He was
Yeah.
fast, but this guy, like, I'm not saying he's faster. I don't know, but the way this guy runs, like, it looks like he's superhuman. Billy Hamilton ran and he looked crazy. He looked like he was going too
Right.
fast for his own
100%.
good. But Chandler Simpson looks like the Flash or like a superhuman. Like, he is crazy. And he's a good player too. He's not just like a Terrence Gore type of guy.
For those
Man.
guys out there trying to add him to their fantasy roster, who does he play for?
He plays for the Rays.
He does play for the Rays. Yep.
We know some Rays
He's
fans.
hitting 313
We
this
do.
year, so he's
We
not
do.
he's not a gimmick player. This is a good player.
Tampa has a kind of a knack for getting, some really good players. It's just they have a difficult time putting it all together.
Or they do, and they're like their system works, but I feel like it's hard to do that. They're kind of like the Brewers, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to either one
Right.
of those teams because they're both very successful, but like they're built to win regular season games.
Correct.
And the postseason is not fair. I mean, it isn't because
just
it's
a wild-
it's
it's
not enough
wild.
games
It's
for
the
how many
Wild
games
West.
they play.
Yeah.
And so you get in like a 3, 5, 7 game series against a team that's got a lot of talent. It's just hard
Yes.
to beat them that way.
100%. And they what they really need to do is try to win the division and don't get in those wild card games and stuff. Try to, but they just have a difficult time out there. And I know they don't have the money of the Red Sox or the Yankees or even the Blue Jays
Right.
recently. But maybe one day they will.
But then, even so, they finally handed out a big contract to Wander Franco, and
They
that
did.
blew up in their face. So that's probably, kind of like, we maybe just
Wander Franco.
keep
You got to Google him, Jacob.
yeah, we're not
even
going
go
to
down
talk
that
about
rabbit hole.
what he did.
I've actually seen some memes.
Not good.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
gave me plenty of info.
yeah.
But and then Spencer Strider, obviously.
Yeah.
Bad right now. He's
See,
pitching.
and that's what I'm talking about. Is it doesn't look like he has any process. He doesn't look like Spencer Strider. He doesn't look like he has any. Like, okay, you don't have the 99. So what do you have? It looks like he's just like, I don't know. I'm just pitching.
yeah.
Sometimes that's just. I mean,
It's not going to work when you're getting paid a lot of money.
it's not gonna work. No, but at the same time, you got to kind of feel. I'm sure he's in a mental funk about the whole thing, trying to just push through.
Mental funk, you say?
Yep.
This is Mental Health Awareness Month,
It is.
and
Yeah.
around baseball is doing a lot with that.
And can I real quick say a story? I when I found out that it was Mental Health Awareness Month for the MLB, I was unaware of this, but they popped up the mental health crisis hotline at the bottom of one of the games I was watching. It was a Phillies Marlins game, and I had to ask Charles if that was like a thing that they only did when the team was doing really bad for a while, and he had to explain to me that no, it's Mental Health Awareness Month.
I didn't know if you were being serious with that or not.
I was being a little bit serious.
Okay.
Like I fans can get crazy, man.
They can.
Especially Phillies fans.
But on a serious note, there's help out there for everyone. Whether you are a big league player making millions of dollars or whether you're a regular guy doing whatever it is to make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just don't stay silent. Ask for help. Right.
And it's
Yeah.
it's incredibly manly to realize that you're not doing well and that you need help. I know there's that kind of a stigma about
Yeah,
that, but
us guys are stubborn.
and I I know I'm doing a disservice because I can't remember, but there's been some players along the way that have really championed mental health, and I think that's a very courageous thing to do, especially as a professional athlete, to step out and
I
say,
mean, these guys are under a ton of pressure.
Yes.
And I mean, also does not just extend to these guys.
Yes.
Anyone, obviously.
Anyone,
Yeah.
Anyone,
yes.
But
Not to completely get off topic here,
No,
but I was looking at
hey,
Spencer Strider.
that's what we
he's
do here.
Spencer Strider's making $20 million this year, so
Yeah.
he can't just be can't just be pitching it. But it showed me similar player at the bottom, and I found a guy named Schoolboy Rowe.
no way.
Schoolboy
did
Rowe.
not.
Yeah, he's from he died in El Dorado, Arkansas,
When?
El Dorado, Arkansas.
When?
Nice.
in 1961. He was buried. Thank you, Baseball Reference. That's a funny thing. That's such a baseball thing. I don't know if you guys are as nerdy as me about stuff like this, but Baseball Reference will tell you if someone's cremated or buried. That's just such a baseball thing to know that
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, I bet the other reference pages don't do that.
If
Maybe they do. I don't know. I've never seen it on anywhere else.
Oh, here's Rube Waddell drowned in a pool.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Man, come on.
Hey, I'm glad to
Cremated.
know he's buried. You
His
can
name
visit
is
him.
no, that's
Linwood Thomas Rowe, nicknamed
Schoolboy
Schoolboy.
Rowe.
Yeah.
Does he look like Spencer Strider? Is it just how he pitches?
I think it's just based on career
Okay.
numbers.
Probably because
He had
they're both schoolboys.
3-time All-Star.
Yeah.
He won the 1935 World Series with Detroit, and he had 42 WAR. So I've never heard of you, Schoolboy, but shout out.
Shout out, man. Shout out. Tell you a
Man.
guy who's pitching right now who is a lot like what I would think Spencer Strider should be. Jake Mizorowski. You know what he did recently?
What did he do?
He threw 43 pitches, 100 miles per hour or more in one game.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That hurts my elbow thinking about it.
All right, so
Yeah.
I got this stat for you. It's the third most in a single game during the pitch tracking era. That's since 2008, okay?
Okay.
Just think about that.
Jacob deGrom.
Jacob deGrom.
Is that correct?
I knew you were going to ask me that question. I think it's Hunter Green.
That makes sense. It's probably Skeens, Green, and
I think it's
Mizorowski.
Hunter Green. I don't
But
know.
Before these freaks of nature like Hunter Green and Paul Skeens
Yeah.
and Mizorowski, these guys, this is not human.
It's
I mean,
not.
and as you see, Spencer Strider, who was one of those guys,
Right.
is struggling to do that. Is
He's
struggling to come
struggling.
back. But Jacob DeGrom was like the first
100%.
freaky guy that would do that.
And it's tough because he was throwing a no-hitter in this game. And guess what happened?
What?
He got pulled from the game because he had a hamstring cramp.
Happens. He did, you know,
I mean,
there's a
you're using your whole body to fling the ball at that point.
eat bananas.
It's not just your arm, you know?
He didn't have to throw 43 pitches 100 miles per hour or more, but it's a cool stat.
Well, at the same time, I imagine he had a strategy there.
I guess he was just feeling it that day against the Washington Nationals. I
Would-
like Jacob
wouldn't he
Mizorowski.
be?
His name's Jacob. Your name's Jacob.
Yeah. No, I support any
Charles,
Jacobs.
Speaking of cramps, there was a guy, Munenori Kawasaki. You might remember this clip from many years ago. He said, I can't remember what the question was, but he said, eat banana, monkey never cramp. So that's something to keep in mind, Jacob
You
Mizorowski,
need some bananas out
because
there.
monkey never cramp.
If you're hearing this, Jacob, and you want to come on the show, reach out to us at
Or-
abaseballpodcast@gmail.com.
Munenori Kawasaki, if you want to come on as well and talk
Yeah.
about monkeys cramping or
Mr. Kawasaki, if you'd like to
anything.
come on,
I was
reach out to us
thinking about
at abaseballpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. I gotta correct something I said in an earlier show.
In an earlier show?
Yeah, it's not like it's an error. It's just something I said that I gotta take back. Is that fair?
Okay.
I said that a relief pitcher should not win Cy Young. I have changed my mind.
I'm glad you have.
Mason Miller.
Dude,
Mason Miller
he's
is
kind
getting
of,
there.
he is a very untouchable closer at the moment, right?
That guy is awesome. I knew he was good, but he has been like crazy good.
Oh, yeah. Walking
So-
out to corn's got to be quite a spectacle.
Yeah.
For Mason Miller here, he's got a 104 ERA, which how is even that high? He's got 11 saves, no blown saves, 34 strikeouts in 17 and a third inning, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and an ERA plus of 406, which I could get into what ERA plus is, but just for reference, league average is 100, and it adjusts to like the ballpark because some teams play in Colorado.
Right, right.
It's supposed to adjust it to a level playing field, and 100 is average.
Absolutely.
This guy is 4
Yeah.
times better than the average pitcher.
Dude, he does. He's getting into that conversation of deserving the Cy Young Award.
His strikeout per 9, 17.7. So if he pitched 9 innings, he would strike out 18 people.
He was an athletic. They could still have him.
I
Man,
can't fault
first
him
Matt
too much
Olson, now
because
Mason
I
Miller.
feel like, one, he was good, but he wasn't like otherworldly. But the thing about relievers, you don't know when it's going to come
You're
to
right.
an end.
You're right.
I feel like relievers are Cinderella,
They are.
except for the Mariano Rivera's, Craig Kimbrel's that are just the
Right.
exception. 1-2 years, this guy's awesome, and then he's gone.
It happens.
Tyler Matzik.
It
Tyler
happens.
Shout out
Matzik.
Tyler Matzik.
Yeah.
If you're in this, Tyler, and you'd like to
But-
come on the show, please reach out to us at
Yeah.
abaseballpodcast@gmail.com.
I love it. You should just continue to do that all show long, Jacob.
Oh,
I
it's
absolutely
gonna come.
love it.
It's coming, man.
Mason Miller, Cy Young. He's going to be in the conversation. You watch in a few months, we're going to still be talking about it.
I believe it. I 100% believe it. Charles, real quick, I'd like to also correct something I said in a former show.
Oh, we're
a
going to.
previous
Okay.
show.
What you got, Jacob?
I mispronounced Bach as bulk. I
Well-
didn't realize because I had heard one of the commentators say that. I didn't
It's
know.
okay.
It's
I was
kind of
unaware.
It's
why
an
would
easy
you?
one to
Why
mess
would you
up.
spell it like that? But at the same time, we have walk, we have talk,
Yeah,
which are also pronounced like
right.
that.
Welcome to English.
Welcome to English.
Yeah, a bit frustrating, but I apologize to all of our listeners out there.
Can I get off topic for just a
Of
second?
course.
How off topic?
I'm off just a little bit, a tiny bit off topic. It's
Okay,
all right,
sliding to the
guys.
side of the
Bear
topic.
with me for
Okay.
a moment. Bear with me. Like if I stepped foot at Truist Park and stepped on the field it would be like a outer body experience.
For those that don't know,
That's where the Braves play.
okay,
If I stepped, or anyone stepped at Fenway Park and stood behind home plate, it might be an outer body experience for them.
if like a Boston fan, right?
You went somewhere recently.
I did.
I want to talk about where you went. I know it's off topic, but I need to hear about it.
I recently went on a trip to London, England, and went to see Arsenal Football Club, or soccer as we call it here in the U.S. I've been a fan for 5 or 6 years. It's definitely an acquired fandom, unlike my Braves fandom. And it was surreal. I got to do a stadium tour, got to go on the field, got to go...
You got to sit at
Not
that desk.
not to go on the field, but I got to sit where the players sit. I got to be on the field level, or pitch level, as they would
You
say.
got to go to the press desk.
I got to go to the press desk. I got to go to the locker room. It was surreal. I mean, like Charles said, it's an out-of-body experience. And, like, if anyone gets the opportunity to go do a stadium tour of your favorite team stadium, like, it sounds, you're like, it's just a stadium. But just, like, being on that level, like, it just is so cool. It's so surreal.
And if you've had any super awesome experiences you'd like to share with us, please reach out to us at abaseballpodcast@gmail.com.
But you just don't think about it like, hey, you think about, I'm going to go to the game. I'm going to go to the game. But then, like, the thing about the tour, it gets elevated to a higher spot in the lineup.
Right, and I feel, because I did the tour on a Friday, and then I went to the game on Saturday.
Right.
And, like, I felt like, I felt walking into the stadium, it didn't feel like a place I'd never been, obviously, because I had, but it felt like I know my way around, even though I didn't. And it, like, you're sitting there, and, you know, I was sitting directly across from where I got to sit on the field. I was sitting up at the top of the stadium, and I'm just looking down at the manager and the players there, and I was like, I was right there.
Yeah.
You know, even though I was just standing there with other people, it feels so cool to be
You
like,
should
I
have
was
tried
right.
to leave a note for them or something, you know?
Put me in. I'm sitting up in row section 112. If you need someone to take somebody out, that's me.
But yeah, I just wanted to hear about that.
I'm on the field.
Yeah.
This is a big deal. You know, this is why words of wisdom from Charles. Ready?
Yeah.
Life is too short. Do things. If you can
Have
do them,
fun.
do it.
Yeah. No, I would agree.
And don't make everything about money all the time. You can't think of it that way.
This is great advice in Mental Health Awareness Month.
Right. You just think about it as a life thing, and that's all you need to think about. Right?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I agree.
You're
That
going to get another
definitely-
at bat.
It was a long
Yep.
flight over there, I'm
It
sure.
was. It was like 8 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Long flight. On a plane.
Yeah, I left
Well,
the
that's-
U.S. It was 7
I hope
o'clock
so.
p.m. It was 7 p.m. when I left the U.S. and it was 9 in the morning when I got there.
You went through multiple time zones,
yes.
right?
Yes.
No, that's always fun.
yeah.
That's always a lot of fun.
And you put your phone in airplane mode, you turn it back on, it's like the time is different, had to update because you changed time zones.
Yes.
Isn't that fun?
It is. It is. It's fun changing it back when you finally make it home and you're like, I didn't want to come back, but I'm glad to be home, you know?
I tell you one thing that we need to do.
Okay.
We really need to do one of Jacob's games.
All right.
Which
that's
one do we
good.
want to play today?
We're going to do Are the Numbers Close?
Charles's
Okay.
favorite game.
I love this game.
Charles
I just
loves
want to
this.
point out, last time Charles got his butt kicked.
He
and
did.
He likes to
did.
brag
I've
about
got
how
the
good.
paper right
yeah,
there.
I'm looking at
the
it right
score.
now.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the
You
score
guys
right
didn't
there.
notice this. I erased it on the board, so you cannot see that anymore. It's an asterisk on there now.
Yeah. See, this is the kind of sore loser we have here. So I don't want to rub it in Charles's
Every
face.
time someone
but he's
loses,
gonna,
there's
he's
got to
gonna
be
act
a
like,
reason.
Yeah,
It can't just be that the other team was better
exactly.
this time.
Yeah.
There's got to be a
So
reason,
I gotta
right?
rub it in Charles's face a little bit, and
It's okay, though. PJ's lost several times.
yeah, I
too.
lose pretty much every time except for last time. So that's why I had to give Charles crap because he was rubbing it in my face.
Remind us how to play the game, Jacob.
Okay, guys. So I'm going to give you – I typically pick 2 players, and I will pick 2 categories from these 2 players, 2 statistical categories, for you guys to try and guess what the numbers are. Guess what their stats are on that. And you want to get as close to that number without going over. You know?
Now, is this stats from this season?
This is going to be career stats for the rest of the
Oh.
season.
Here we
Because
go.
I realized after we did it last time that it's not the smartest idea to do what their stats are going to be and having you guess on them for, this season, as
Yeah.
it'll change day by day,
and it's
every single
and
day.
you don't know.
You can't keep up
Yeah.
with that. I mean, it could have changed from the time that we did the recording to the time that it aired from the same day, just hours
Right.
difference.
Right.
Are these
So
current players?
these are not current players.
Oh.
Okay.
I am only picking from Hall of Fame players now.
Okay. We're doing Hall of Famers now. Hey,
Because-
this is fun.
It could get really weird if I start picking players that I actually want to pick, which are just random people
Yeah.
like Blue Moon Odom. You don't know
That's
him.
not a real guy.
It is a real guy. Look
Okay,
him up.
hold on.
Blue Moon
He's my
ODOM.
new favorite player.
Is that what they named Blue Moon the beer after?
I hope so.
Yeah.
From Macon, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Macon Bacon. You know them?
Making bacon, yeah.
Blue Moon. Johnny Lee Odom. That was his name.
That's awesome.
To be fair, guy had a long career. Made his debut at 19. That's pretty cool. That's not like a. This is not like just like a
No,
he's got a random name.
He's not a random name, but
Or he is a random name,
He
but
is
he's
a
not
random
like a nobody.
exactly.
He's a
It-
two-time All-Star, won 3 World Series.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a pretty good player.
Exactly. When I was looking through this the other day,
Played for the Braves
He played for the Braves?
in 1975.
Wow.
He played 15 games for the Braves.
15 games.
and if you read about him, he actually seemed to heat up apparently once he got to the Athletics. So,
So
you
you're
know,
not
fun
picking
fact.
guys like that.
I'm not picking guys like
You're
that
picking
because
guys that we would know and our listeners out there probably might know.
yes, because
Okay.
we don't have a baseball reference to. This isn't an open book text or test, I mean,
Right.
you know,
This is just I get what you. I get what you. I get
this
where
has
you're
got to
going.
be off top. It's got to be people you know.
Are these hitters or pitchers?
I chose today one pitcher and one hitter.
Oh, okay.
We're mixing it up.
We are
Yeah.
mixing it up.
Hit us.
I hope he
Jacob.
didn't do innings pitched again because
That was hard.
we were not close.
I'm giving you guys options this time.
Okay,
Do you want to start with pitching or hitting?
Charles, I'll let you pick.
I would like to start with pitching.
All right. For the pitcher, we have Gaylord Perry.
Oh, Gaylord Perry,
God. Okay.
Hall of Famer,
He pitched a lot.
a long time too.
Yeah.
And do you guys, the stats that we can pull from are ERA, games started, innings pitched, or strikeouts. Now,
Oh.
one rule, I kind of want to say you have to do ERA.
I was gonna say.
I like
I was gonna
ERA.
say
That's like
ERA.
a standard
Yeah.
for pitching.
ERA I love.
Gaylord Perry threw a spitball, didn't he?
He did.
And
I believe
I'm
he
pretty
did.
sure. I'm pretty sure they outlawed it, but he was grandfathered in. I could be making that up, but I'm pretty sure.
If he wasn't, he should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, check that for me, Jamie.
I think he pitched in an era of
I'm scared to
time.
look him up because I might see his stats. So
Yeah, don't look him up right
Yeah.
now. Don't.
Career
don't do that.
ERA.
You can look it up after.
we're doing ERA. And I'm gonna say strikeouts.
career strikeouts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that could be kind of hard. So
And I have literally no idea how many seasons Gaylord Perry played. I know he's a legend.
He-
I don't know
he played
anything
a
else.
long time.
A long time. I'm going to say his ERA, just based on the time period that I'm pretty sure he pitched in, his ERA is going to be 2.79 career-wise.
okay, pretty good.
Pretty exact right
Hey, I
there.
like the
Like, he
exacts.
likes to be real specific
Yeah.
with it.
I'm gonna say that maybe at the end of his career, when the spitball wasn't working or something, he maybe had a few not so great seasons. So I'm gonna say 328,
Okay, so higher than my choice.
but not bad.
Not bad.
328 is still for a career. That's
Pretty good
That's
ERA.
pretty good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially if you made 80 million starts like Gaylord Perry did.
Okay. And strikeouts.
Strikeouts, career-wise strikeouts. Oh, man.
Yeah. It's a.
It's a tough thing to think about.
I don't even know like what's the record for strikeouts
Well,
because I know like
mean,
3,000. There's a couple guys at 3,000.
3,000 strikeouts is a milestone
right? A
number.
huge milestone. There's not many people over
Did
that.
Gaylord
Right?
Perry have 3,000 strikeouts?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Gaylord Perry had 2,479 strikeouts.
I like that. It's very exact. I like
Yeah.
that.
It's just what numbers popped in my head.
I think
Okay.
he was better than that. 2,888 strikeouts. 2,888. How fun.
All right.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
Oh, I'm nervous too.
I feel a lot better though because when we did 2025, Charles had such a leg up,
It's
and
'cause-
now
yeah.
I've never looked at Gaylord Perry's baseball reference page.
Charles, have you looked at Gaylord Perry's
I have
baseball
not.
reference page?
I don't look at. You guys use baseball reference. Way
I
more
use
than
I
do.
use baseball
well,
reference.
You've been
to
alive for
yeah.
I
True.
wasn't alive
Before
during
the
when
Marlins
Gaylord
were in
the
Perry was
league, bro.
playing.
I use Baseball Reference religiously, so there's sometimes where, like, I know Mike Trout's career WAR off the top of my head. you
I
know.
don't know anybody's numbers off the top of my head besides this game.
That's
like
okay.
I only
That's
looked them
okay.
up
That's
for
how
here.
normal people should
But
be.
that's how normal
yeah,
people are.
I'm not.
All right, so your choices,
Okay.
right?
Oh,
We got
man.
your ERA right here, Charles. You said 2.79.
Yeah.
And PJ, you said 3.28.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
His ERA was 3.11.
Oh my goodness.
You're over?
Yep.
I win that one. I like the going over part. That's fun to me. Makes it more like prices for the prices something, the game show, you know?
Yeah.
I,
I
can't
think-
say that name out loud, but you know what I'm talking about.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure we can say it,
I'm
but
sure we can.
okay. And then strikeouts. All right. Charles, you said 2.888,
Correct.
2,888.
Correct.
PJ, you said 2.479, 2,479. He had 3,534 strikeouts.
He
Oh
was
my
in that
goodness.
club.
Yeah.
I didn't think that Jacob would pick someone in that club. He might not even know about that.
There. I think maybe.
I have no clue what
I think
that
maybe
is.
there's more people in that club than we probably know.
From that era of time that pitched that long.
I just mean in general.
In
like,
general?
I think we maybe think of, like, you don't think of career strikeouts, so you don't think of
Can
like
we
what's
Google that? How
Yes.
many
I'm-
career?
I'm currently looking at Gaylord Perry Spitball, and
Okay.
he would put Vaseline or hair gel on it. So
Gross.
I just kind of want to know how many players have had 3,000 plus strikeouts. It's not that many.
I bet it's a lot more than we think, though.
You
How
got-
many can you
why don't
name off the
guess,
top of your
Jacob?
head? I bet it's at least
oh my
20.
God.
I don't think. Well, I think it's more than that. I think it,
How
I would
many
say
do
at
you
least
think-
20, maybe 30.
How many do you
35.
How many do you think, Charles?
there's probably 50.
I'd say like,
Is it 20, 30?
let me go with 35.
19. Or
Oh.
20, sorry, 20. Clayton Kershaw.
20 players.
20. I said 20 off the top. I should have
See,
stuck with it.
I got tied into your world, Jacob, thinking there'd be more than there was. I should have known better.
Charles, can you tell me what two current players are in that list?
There's current players.
Two
in
of
that?
them, and they're both 8. One's 8th and one's 11th. So decently
Are
high.
these still like
Yeah, they're still
starting pitchers?
Yeah.
Chris Sale.
No.
Now,
If Chris Sale had been healthy, he'd be
That would
very
be
close to
crazy,
this
dude.
because
Is Jacob DeGrom up there?
he's not healthy enough.
Ah,
I'll tell you
Starting
this:
pitchers.
these guys have shared a rotation before.
they've shared a rotation before.
Yeah, like 15 years ago, maybe not that long ago.
I don't
but
even. I'm trying to think of really old pitchers. I can think of like Justin Verlander. He's 42.
That's a good
That's
guess.
one of them.
Justin
That's
Verlander's
one of
8th.
them.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got 3,554, and he shared a rotation on the Tigers with this guy.
With this other guy who's a Tiger.
Yeah. You probably think of him more as a different team, played in our division twice.
the Mets.
Yes, but that's not the team you would think of him.
Okay, the Phillies.
No.
No. Am I narrowing this down?
Well,
now?
yeah. I mean,
The Nationals.
yes.
Oh, the Nationals.
Wow. I see lights going off.
Not Mackenzie Gore. No.
How would it be? These guys pitched like 2 seasons,
no
Charles.
way. Who else?
If the
is
guy
there?
got 3,000 strikeouts in 2 seasons, put him in the Hall of Fame today.
Absolutely,
I can't think.
Max Scherzer.
Oh, Max Scherzer. That's right.
dude. That
Do you
guy's
want to know?
insane.
Do you want to know who
I
the
love him.
record holder is?
Max Scherzer, if you've heard this and you'd like to come on the show, please
Yeah,
reach out
Max
to us
Scherzer's
at the
dope.
baseball
He is.
podcast at gmail.com.
The record. I mean, the most strikeouts in the
Yeah.
season
No, the most strikeouts of all time.
of all time.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to do the?
Oh
other
yeah, we
player
probably
now?
should do that. Yeah, I think we're running out of time too.
That's
so.
okay.
Yeah. All right. It's Wade Boggs.
Wade
Oh,
Boggs.
that's a good one.
Wade
Okay.
Boggs. Okay. What stats are we pulling from for Wade Boggs?
So much like pitchers, I think that we should have to have batting average on this.
Okay,
Yes.
You
yeah.
gotta guess that.
Yeah.
And then I've also got his WAR that you can guess, or the home runs hit.
I think home runs.
Home runs.
I think
That's
home
fine.
runs.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Wade Boggs has been one of those players they talk about whenever they say compare like a player who's trying to get into the Hall of Fame. They'll be like compare it to Wade Boggs. You hear that quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think he's at least a 300 batting average. I'm gonna say 325 career batting average.
Also, Chris Sale, 26-28 right now, so he's 28th all time. So he's definitely will probably reach 3,000. Anyways, I'm gonna say you said 321,
325.
325. I'm gonna say 337. I'm gonna go a little higher. I know he was a contact
Did
guy.
you say 327?
337.
Oh, 337. Okay.
I'm not that
All
mean.
right. And home runs.
Okay. So, like we talked with strikeouts, isn't like 400 home runs like a big time
I feel like
number?
400.
Okay.
Because 500, the 500 club is like
Small.
the 500 club is bigger than you think.
It's bigger than I think. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's like 20 something 500 home run hitters.
Wade Boggs is a little before my time of watching a lot of baseball, but I know that he wasn't like your prototypical home run hitter.
Yeah.
He more like a doubles guy.
Yeah.
More. So I think he probably hit. I'm gonna say he hit 312 home runs.
300.
Yeah, that's kind of in the
Specific.
ballpark I was thinking of. I'm gonna
Okay.
say 340. I'll put a
340?
I'll do a flat number.
Wade
there.
Boggs.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 412.
Yeah.
You both have very high expectations of Wade Boggs.
Oh, was he not as good as we think he is?
His batting average, 328.
What did I say?
Three-
You said
325.
325.
So
You
I
got
win
that
I
that
should have
one.
said 327.
I'm not over.
I should have said 327.
I don't know how I can do that.
I was
so well.
looking at you so hard, praying you'd say something that was just 1 or 2 over.
I can't do
he
that.
didn't leave a lot of room for you.
I can't do that.
It's just not as fun to do it that way.
And then his home runs.
We probably over.
You guys way
It's-
overestimated him. 118.
Okay, so he was like I thought. Like
Yeah, I was thinking
He was-
it was higher than I thought, but
He was just, slamming the hammer down to get some players over the plate. He wasn't really trying that hard, I think, to get home runs.
Charles, for reference, there are 28 players with 500 or more home runs.
Wow.
So it's bigger than you think.
The Hall of Fame
That is surprising.
It's kind of crazy. I've never been to the Baseball Hall of Fame, but I'm not. I like museums. I'm like not the biggest museum guy. I know you went to some over in London,
Mm-hmm.
but I would love to go to the Baseball Hall
Yeah.
of Fame. It'd be awesome.
And I don't think there'd be many kids there. That was the problem I had at the museums, and there was too many kids. I couldn't stop and read stuff.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta be able to spend
they
your
get
time.
they get bored in baseball, so I think they'd leave.
I bet you're going to run into, like, tours of Little League kids or something.
Maybe, yeah. You know what's another one? The Negro League Museum in
Yeah.
Kansas City. That's
Yeah.
another one. Last time I was
Pretty
in
cool.
Kansas City, I wanted to go, but I didn't have time.
Yeah, the good museums are good. You
Yeah.
gotta find the good ones. You gotta stick to those. You don't want to go that far off the beaten path to a museum. But some people like all of them. But
Jacob, here's a little quick trivia for you.
Yeah.
What active player has the most home runs?
Right now, active player, it's either... last I saw, is it what? Did Munetaka get another recently?
No. Sorry, like most career home runs.
Oh, most career
yeah,
home runs.
active career home runs.
Not this season.
Yeah,
Not this
their
season.
whole career.
The whole career. I want to say Mike Trout.
He's second.
He's second.
Yes, he's got 415. This guy has 456.
Dang.
He's 36 years old. He's played 17 seasons. We talk about him because he used to go by a different name.
Oh, Giancarlo.
Yep, he's
call
got
us
456. I don't know. He might get there.
he's always hurt.
He's always hurt, and which is crazy
Hey,
because
man.
you think about it. If he hadn't always, he'd be way past that now.
He likes to play the long ball,
He's hit 3 so far this year and 90 at bats, so maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll get the time he needs.
yeah,
but
it's hard to say. If he puts
It's-
together a couple good seasons.
I know this is going to be really obvious when I say this, but I don't think people realize how hard it is to acquire these numbers.
Right.
Because it's not just that you have to have, there's some guys who hit a bunch of home runs, but they do it for 4 seasons, so they
Right.
hit
Yeah.
50. 200's a lot. And they might have a few other seasons they get to 300. But,
Yeah.
to get to 700,
Yeah.
like Hank Aaron, you have to hit 40 home runs for 20 years,
Yeah.
And that's very hard to do.
Like Matt Olson just hit his 300 home run.
Yep.
Maybe he'll make the 400. Maybe he will.
I think he will.
It's a lot of home runs, dude.
He plays every single day. He never misses.
I think it's really interesting how the game just evolves more and more, too.
It
We're
is.
just going to keep pushing the bounds, right? You got Mizorowski throwing 40-plus games with 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
We got
We're
Matt Olson
going to see how
approaching.
fast a human being can throw a ball
Wow.
eventually. I think
we
we're
currently
nearing.
are,
I
right?
think we're
Like, this is
nearing.
currently it.
I think we're nearing.
Not the limit,
peak.
but
I think we're nearing it though. I think like 100. I don't think there's a way anybody's gonna throw 110, and without body enhancements or something. I don't know.
It's gonna have to be someone with a noodle arm. If they could ever control it, I think that someone could get to 110, but I don't think they could.
No,
keep
they
it in the
couldn't do
strike
it.
zone,
They couldn't
you know?
do it more than like once, maybe.
Yeah, it literally just sacrificed their shoulder.
Yeah.
One throw.
Charles, I said this. Here's a cool fact about Hank Aaron. He never hit 50 home runs in a season.
Never.
The most he ever hit was 47.
47 home
and yet
runs.
he hit 755.
That dude, he was awesome. One of my favorite players I never saw play, Hank Aaron.
Well.
Guys, I guess we gotta do what we do.
Yeah. It's that time of the
I've been
time
trying
of
to
the show.
think who the closer is coming in from the bullpen. I can't think who it is. Who do you guys think
Let's
it is?
go. I mentioned him earlier. Let's go Mariano Rivera.
Mariano Rivera coming in from the
Rivera.
bullpen. He's gonna break Ichiro's bat.
Enter Sandman.
Interesting.
If you're hearing this, Mariano Rivera, and
That's
you'd like
no-
to come
that's
on the
what he comes out
podcast,
to,
please
right?
reach out
Yeah,
to us
okay.
at
Sandman.
abaseballpodcast@gmail.com.
I'm sure he's listening. He seems like a guy would be a big fan.
Guys, I'm doing a little
yeah,
different today.
everyone's
Lefty of the day.
listening.
Uh-oh.
I'm digging into the minor
Oh, snap.
leagues.
What?
Yeah. The Wichita Wind Surge, they hit 10 home runs in a single game
Oh, my God.
recently. They're double A of the Twins. A guy named Garrett Spain hit 3 home runs. 3 home runs.
Shout out Garrett.
Nobody in the majors has hit 10 home runs in a game since the Blue Jays in 1987. That's a lot of home runs.
I think when the Braves scored 29 on the Marlins, I think they hit 9.
Yeah, they were very close.
Yeah.
I almost had that record. I almost tied it at
That-
least.
That's crazy. You know the score of that game?
What was the score of that game?
Oh, I'm asking you.
This game right
Yeah.
here. The game was, oh my gosh, you put me on the spot. 19-7.
That's not even 2 runs a homer.
19-7. Now, that was the minor league game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not even 2 runs a homer.
Yeah, I know.
So there was a lot of solos in there. Or
Yeah. Isn't that, I can't even imagine. That game probably was long.
What do you say as the manager after the game? You
The
take
pitch-
all the pitchers into the bullpen, you lock them in there for the night, and I say,
Yeah.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys don't deserve to
You know
get
who they
sleep on the
beat?
bed. Who?
Someone that you saw recently, Jacob.
Really?
They beat the Amarillo Sod Poodles in that
Oh,
game.
dude.
Freaking sod poodles.
Sod Poodles destroyed us. That was
All
that was a
right,
bad
I'll
time.
go now. Here's a guy. This guy bats left, Charles.
Nice.
And you know I like my catchers, so I wanted to give a shout out to Miguel Montero.
Yes.
He's a 2-time All-Star. He won the 2016 World Series with the Cubs. His nickname is Monty, not very original. But he was a solid player. Funny thing, in 2012, he finished 32nd in MVP voting. I didn't know that it would go that far. I've never seen it go that far.
Wow.
32 people got votes
Wow.
for MVP.
That's
Wow.
interesting.
At least 1 vote for MVP.
That's
So
crazy.
that's Miguel Montero.
Shout out Miguel Montero. If you're hearing this and would like to come on the podcast, please reach out to us at abaseballpodcast@gmail.com.
That's half the episode today, is Jacob saying that, I think.
It has stretched it out a
half
little
the
bit.
Hey, we gotta let the people know.
We
That's
gotta let
true.
the people
If we
know.
say it, they're gonna be writing. They're gonna be applying for stuff with our
It's
our,
really
our email
memorable,
now.
you know. So, can I get to a player in time?
Absolutely. Let's hear it.
I've got for you the one and only Raleigh Fingers.
Oh, Raleigh Fingers. Good choice.
You know Raleigh Fingers?
Yeah, the
he
awesome
was
mustache.
good. Yeah, Raleigh Fingers.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure
Raleigh
Raleigh Fingers won Cy Young as a reliever. I could be
I
wrong.
think you're right. And he had an awesome
yes.
mustache. Did you see that?
I am looking at his
Raleigh
mustache
Fingers did.
right
He was a
now.
4-time Rolade relief. He won the MVP as well, actually. So you think a reliever can win MVP, Charles?
You know what?
Sorry to
Mason-
take your segment, but
No, you're fine. I wanted this to become something like
If the
this.
Padres beat the Dodgers in the West, Mason Miller, MVP.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Mason Miller can be our very own Raleigh Fingers.
he
you
won,
know?
he won MVP on the AL Milwaukee Brewers.
Raleigh Fingers, if you hear this and would like to come on the podcast, please reach out to us at abaseballpodcast@gmail.com.
Raleigh Fingers, 79 years old.
I'm sure he's going to listen at some point.
His real name, Roland Glenn Fingers.
Yeah. Roland Glenn Fingers,
I
baby.
wonder what pitches he threw. Like, what was his specialty? Was
Well, he
it-
threw it with his fingers.
Yeah, with his fingers.
Definitely with his fingers. He threw a finger ball.
You think you know those stereotypical you see, and they like roll their mustache. You think
Oh,
he
yeah.
did that before he pitched? I feel like you gotta like.
He probably had mustache wax that he probably put on the ball.
Probably so. Probably
mean,
so.
Because that's how you get that thing, that twirly. But all right.
I think it's a great choice. It's a
Thank you,
great
thank
choice.
you, thank you. Should you you got your quote? You ready for this?
No, I forgot to write down my quote. I forgot to write it down. That's
Yeah.
okay though. You know what? I got a different way we can end the show today.
All right.
I got a different way. Remember, you can email us at abaseballpodcast@gmail.com.
And that was a baseball podcast at abaseballpodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening.